to the world of Jalara, where the people of Genesis Battle of Champions live. Our in-store gameplay community is growing. Visit GenesisBattleofChampions.com to find a local game store near you. Our list of international distribution partners continues to grow. Ask your local game store to contact one of these fine companies and have your store join our Play network. Visit GenesisBattleofChampions.com to explore the lore of the lands. There are chapters of lore that you can read, chapters of lore that you can watch, and there's also a helpful map where you can learn where all of the key characters in the next set live inside the world of Jalara. Or maybe this one? Maybe this one will work. Hello, 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 hello. 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 I'd have to grab the video camera.
Is that where the...
Sorry. Audio is on? Wait, what?
Can you hear us?
Wait, can somebody hear us? Hello? 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 It doesn't light up on my screen. Capture. Hello? You can hear me right now? Can you really? That'd be amazing if you can. Yes, we can hear you. Okay. They say they can hear me, which is weird because Janice can tell sitting beside me that the audio isn't lit up like it usually lights up. So sorry about that, everybody.
No bouncies.
We had no way of knowing. Well, thank you everybody for joining us tonight. It's going to be an interesting episode tonight. It's going to be a quick episode tonight. One of the reasons why it's going to be a quicker episode tonight is much like last week, I am unfortunately pretty under the weather, although different causes this week. This week I have been hit in the head with allergies, pretty rough. So I've been taking Reactin and whatnot, but I've been dealing with sniffles and a really bad headache all day. But
and it's not COVID. You tested?
No, and I did. I tested for, yesterday. Double checked to make sure that there's no COVID, and there's not. It's just allergies, which sometimes hits me really hard, and that's kind of what I'm dealing with right now. But I didn't want to miss 2 weeks in a row, especially because there's some updates to go over and things to talk about. So I just wanted to make sure that I checked in with the fans of the game. Yes, you're absolutely right. I wanted to make sure that we checked in with the fans of the game tonight. So if I'm not my best tonight, I apologize. But I'm here and I'm trying, and that's something. So things to talk about. There's a lot to talk about. First thing is actually non-Genesis related, but I kind of feel like it's such a big deal in the collectible card gaming world, I might as well at least bring it up. How about those Commander bans, eh? Woo! I don't know if Janice even keeps up to know what I'm talking about. But
I heard you talking at the store.
But yeah, for those who may not be aware, over in Magic World, they issued some bans of some cards that had just been reprinted, and it went about as well as you would imagine. And there is outrage and outreach, and a lot of fans who I'm sure are fans who genuinely love the game voiced their displeasure in bad ways, and there was, amongst other things, apparently quite a bit of death threats sent to the volunteer. Don't laugh at that. That's not funny.
I'm shocked. I wasn't laughing. I was gasping.
Yeah, there were death threats sent to a bunch of the volunteers who were serving on the Commander Advisory Board, which I believe is called the RC. I forget what it stands for, but Rules Committee. That's it. The Rules Committee and then the Commander Advisory Board. So they both got a lot of death threats, and it was rough. And I can only imagine how much stress that put on the volunteers who had helped. And I know a little bit about that just because I know that some people who have been involved in our game haven't always been well received when they voice their opinions publicly, and sometimes people get mad and angry and things get said that really shouldn't get said. So we've seen a small, uncomparable amount of that in our little world. So I can only imagine when you're a part of the biggest game out there and there's millions of fans around the globe, how much more stress and pressure that is. So I just wanted to say, as somebody who kind of helps out doing this kind of stuff, I feel for them. It's not easy. It's not easy when people love a game and they all disagree on the ways to move forward. Which is kind of the segue that I was leading towards, because our game here, I'm sure you're aware, we haven't gotten the progress this year that I really was hoping for and aiming for. I had hoped that by now we would have already had our next set, Metamorphosis, released and in stores. Unfortunately, that has been unable to happen due to some things going on in the business world behind the scenes, and we're working on fixing that. But in order to work on fixing the current problems and getting things moving forward in a positive way again, we're going to have to take a little bit of time to knuckle down and make some big changes. There's going to be some things going on behind the scenes as we try and get back on track again. So I just wanted to say that for the last couple months, it's been just Janice and I doing these live streams every week. And as it is right now, I just have too much on my plate to keep doing these live streams right now. And since my most important goal is still very much getting more sets out, getting more product out, and helping the game grow, I know that I can't keep putting so many hours a week into these weekly live streams. So we're going to make a change with that.
And just so you all know, like, Jason spends almost 2 full days of work getting the videos up and, you know, editing things and all of that goes into it, all of the background stuff. So it's not something like, oh, you're just, you know, it doesn't take a lot of work. It does because I see it, because he's, you know, spending his Sundays, you know, working on the stream and getting things ready. And when our team is as small as it is, we just have made the decision that, you know, our energies and our time needs to be spent elsewhere at this time.
Yeah.
And as much as we have enjoyed doing all of it, like, and it's a labor of love. Jay loves doing all of the editing and the gameplay stuff, and us doing the reviews and stuff like that. I've had a blast, you know, the last 4 months doing this, and and I'm glad you guys have enjoyed it. But we need to focus on other things at the moment.
Yeah. So it's not going to. Hey, Damien, welcome to the chat. So what I was leading towards is we're going to be cutting back on these live streams because there's just too much important stuff that we have to tackle from a business perspective to keep focusing so much of our time every week on this labor of love of the weekly live streams. So the plan moving forward after tonight ends is we're going to be moving it down at least temporarily and hopefully only temporarily, because when things pick up again and we're making forward momentum and we have more people on the team, it'll free me up to have more time to do this. Is a long way of saying that in the short term, we're going to go down to just doing this once a month. We're going to, the first Monday night of every month will be episodes of the show moving forward. And then hopefully if things pick up again, we're going to speed things back up. Yeah, and like Jeremy says there, at the moment, because we're trying to get so many things done and we're not getting the progress done that we need, there's not as much to talk about either. So once we get back on track and make real progress towards getting new products out and whatnot, there'll be more excitement to talk about. A couple other things just to let people know is as I alluded to a few minutes ago, at this point, I don't think it's in our capabilities to get Metamorphosis into people's hands before Christmas. We would not redo what we did last year with Invasion, having stuff come out at the beginning of December, because we learned the hard way last year.
Yeah, it was not a good scene, and we don't want that to happen to the U.S. market again, what happened, and delays, and we don't want, you know, Canada have it, and Europe have it, and the U.S. not, it be stuck in New York in some import center. You know, we've learned those lessons, and so we're at a point right now in time that, you know, it just is not going to happen.
Yeah.
So
rather than go through that again and have a lot of people get their hopes up and then through delays that nobody can control get disappointed, we're gonna anticipate, if all goes well, we're gonna try and get the next set released around February. Is the goal for right now, and that could change too depending on how things go. As I mentioned, there's a lot going on behind the scenes. When this live stream comes back again, I don't plan on calling it Beyond the Edge of Exile either. We'll come back with a fresh new look and hopefully a fresh vibe for our once a month Monday night live streams. There's gonna be some changes and some improvements, and we're just gonna, bottom line, we're gonna do what we have to do as a company to get back on track and fix the problems, learn from the lessons that we've learned, and fix the problems that we're dealing with now, and start 2025 fresh. That's the goal.
Yeah.
Right? To be re-energized and and getting stuff out. So we apologize for the delays. There's been a lot of stuff going on that has been just out of our control, to be quite honest. Things that happened that we didn't have any effect on.
No.
But we're going to work around it. As I say, lessons learned, and we plan on hitting the ground running in 2025. So that's about it. That's really all I wanted to let people know. Is I wanted to be upfront and let them know that there is a delay. There are kinks that are being worked out. But the good news is a lot of the problems that we've been dealing with. There are solutions and workarounds and fixes and things like that. So there's a path forward, and hopefully in a few more months we'll have Metamorphosis coming out and we'll be growing again. So that's about all I had to say tonight.
Yep, you got it.
Anything you wanted to add to the...
No, I put in my 2 cents.
Okay. So just on behalf of Janice and I really want to thank all the fans out there who have been supportive over this last year. The fans who were supportive and said nice things and helped prop up the game, we appreciate everyone. So thank you for that. And we're going to get back to work doing the best that we can to get the next set out as quickly as we can for people. And we'll keep you guys in the loop. When there's exciting news to share, we will make sure to share it with you. In the meantime, I guess that's all for now.
That's it.
So take care, folks. Stay safe out there. And we'll be back to talk to you again as soon as we have some good news to share. So have a great night, everybody. Bye, folks.